You're building an end-to-end lead automation in Zapier, and this is the exact walkthrough. Open your browser, go to zapier.com and sign in. My dashboard is already up. Click the Create button in the upper left corner and choose Zaps. The editor opens with a blank trigger step waiting. That's exactly what we need. Click the trigger area, search for Google Forms, and select it. For the event, pick New Form Response. This fires every time someone submits your form, not just once. Connect your Google account if it's not already linked, then find your lead capture form. I'm using one called Lead Capture Form. Hit Continue. Right away, test the trigger. Click Test Trigger and Zapier fetches a recent reel submission, so we have live data to work with. Here you can see all the fields: lead name, email, phone, company, product interest, lead source, sales rep, follow-up date, and notes. Make sure your form already has at least one submission. An empty form gives you nothing to test with, and the whole thing stalls right here. Review the sample, then click Continue with selected record. Now the fun part. Click the plus button below the trigger, search for Airtable, and pick Create Record. Connect your Airtable account, then select the right base and table. I'm in Sales CRM base in the Leads table. Before you map anything, double-check the table name. It's the most common mistake, picking the wrong base because the names look similar in the dropdown. Now map the fields. Lead name goes to lead name, email to email, phone to phone, company to company, product interest to product interest, and so on. Keep the mapping one-to-one. For lead status, I type new directly into the field. That's the default status every lead gets when they enter the system, and it tells the team these haven't been touched yet. Hit Continue, test the Airtable step, click Test Step, and Zapier creates a record instantly. I open Airtable in a new tab, go to the Leads table, and there it is, the new lead with all the mapped fields filled in. Verify the name, email, company, and follow-up date are correct. If something looks off, the mapping was wrong, and you can fix it now before you build the rest of the chain. Back in the editor, add the next action. Click the plus, search for Asana, and choose Create Task. Connect your Asana account, pick the workspace, then the project. Mine is Sales Pipeline. For the task name, I build something readable. Use the lead name from the step before then, follow-up and the company. The due date maps straight from the follow-up date field. This is the piece that quietly breaks things later if you skip it, because the sales team gets a task with no deadline and it just sits there. So grab that date. Continue, then test. Zapier creates the task. I open Asana, go to the project, and find the new task. Name, due date, assignee. If you set one, it's all there. One more action. Click the plus again, search for Slack, select Send Channel Message, connect your Slack account, then choose the channel. I'm sending everything to #sales leads. A dedicated channel keeps notifications from getting buried in general chat. For the message, I pull in the lead name, company, and product interest, so the team sees exactly who came in and why. Something like, new lead at company is interested in product interest. Task created in Asana. Test the step, Zapier fires the message, and I open Slack. You can see it landed in the channel with all the details. Everything's connected. Look at the editor now, trigger at the top, then Airtable, then Asana, then Slack. Give the Zap a name, end-to-end lead automation, and click Publish. It goes live. But before we call it done, one last thing matters more than all the individual tests. Submit a fresh test lead through the actual Google form. I'll fill it out with a fake contact. Jane Doe, jane@example.com, Acme Corp, interested in enterprise plan, assigned to Sarah. Submit. Zapier picks it up within a few seconds. I open Airtable, new record with new status, Asana, task with the right name and due date. Slack, notification in the channel. If even one of those fails, you know exactly which step to fix. Two things you'll want to keep an eye on now that this is running. First, Zap history. Click the link in the left menu and you can see every run, any errors, and which step failed. I check this once a week. Second, task usage. This Zap uses 4 actions for every single lead, trigger plus 3 actions. In your account settings, you can see how many tasks you've burned this month. If you suddenly get a flood of leads, that number climbs fast, and you want to know before you hit your plan limit. If this walkthrough gave you the results you were looking for, hit like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying this was helpful. Comments are what push this to other people searching for the same thing.